Hey all, here we are. We are behind on our video updates, but thank you for checking in and watching along with us. Here's a little preview. We're in the corn. So keep watching. We'll get there. Hello and welcome back. Today is Sunday, June 1st, and this is the beginning of another farm garden tour. So last weekend, we assessed the damage on our tomato starts and segregated the ones we thought might have some life left in them, and I put those all in the dirt. And we do have some that are showing new growth. It's slow, but it's happening. But the vast majority are tiny or completely dead, like these guys. I just don't think there's anything that's gonna happen. That's completely brown all the way down to the dirt. It's gone. It's not coming back. So I stopped at a couple places today. Our local Tractor Supply didn't have a whole lot, and the prices were not what I was looking for. So I stopped at our local greenhouse in beautiful Pine River, Minnesota, Sherwood Florist, and they had some really nice and healthy looking tomato starts. So I picked some up, and throughout the week, this week, probably hit a couple of greenhouses down in the cities to see if we can find some more. But I mean, look at these guys. They're really good looking tomatoes. Got some Romas, a couple other varieties. So I'll be plugging those into the ground today. This is the frozen plant boneyard here. Deal with that. And then I'll give you a quick rundown on what else is happening in the garden. My goal today is to get everything in the dirt I can possibly get in the dirt. So these are peas, and they are coming up and growing nicely. Right next door is another row of peas. Then beyond that, we have some green beans. Troy is working on our irrigation system, working on snuggling the dog at the moment, or the dog snuggling him. These are plant starts that we have not gotten in the dirt yet. Some of these were started by my sister. These nice looking tomatoes, we'll get them in the dirt today. Our marigolds, some peppers, and our brassicas. Over here we have some celery and some herbs. So we'll put them in the dirt, see what they do. That's all we can do at this point. These are our green beans. They're looking really good. These are a pole bean, so they will climb up this fence and produce and produce and produce. That's what we're looking for. Again, June 1st, last 2 years in a row we've had the garden in earlier than this. Unfortunately, the melons that we started did not survive. We had those at home still, but it got cool enough there that the melons just seem to be really tender. They need 50s overnight to stay alive. So we will be direct seeding some melons and cucumbers and such today. I've got a whole stack of stuff that's seeds that still need to go in the dirt. Here in this run, we're going to put brassicas and some celery down at the end. This one probably also be random. I'm not even sure yet. Whatever we need to stick in the dirt. And then our melons and pumpkins and squashes are going to be over here. And that'll take us all the way over to these two tarps on the very end that last year were our potato and beans. I'll show you after I plant in these guys what we decided to go with. But in between here is Royal Burgundy beans. These are bush beans. And same here. And that runs the whole row. So yes, I have plenty of beans again this year. But we've got 3 families that are going to be enjoying and using the beans. And then we've got this little triangular area over here where we planted some more beans because the 2 ends of the garden didn't match up very well. But it's okay. It's in the dirt and it's growing, and that's what matters. And there's another little row there, Royal Burgundy. And then we have our corn. It's kind of tough to tell the corn from the quack grass at this point, but it is coming. And I will show you some of that more up close. We haven't had water on this north end of the garden yet, primarily because this is the system that's being built to feed water to it. And we really haven't had much in between where Duke's standing and the fence to water. So we just kind of used a few sprinklers to deliver the water that we can, and hoping to have it fully irrigated by the time we have to go home today. So there's some corn. There's corn. And it's repeated all the way down. Yes, we have a good amount of grass coming up in here because this was newly broken garden that hasn't been gardened in probably 20 plus years. So we're going to be fighting grass for a while, and that's okay. When the corn grows up nice and tall, that will actually help shade out some of this grass so that it somewhat manages itself. Here we have potatoes. They're starting to come up. We do not have any potato bugs yet. This is a good thing. And these trenches here, I dug last weekend just as a reminder for where we planted the potatoes and whether or not there's anything in between, because what we're going to put in between is kidney beans and pinto beans. Field beans, basically. Meaning you plant them, you water and care for them, and you just leave them out on their vines to dry before you harvest them. So really, this end of the garden, these 5 rows of potatoes, and then what we're going to put in the ground for field beans in between will essentially just get water and left alone, because there won't really be anything to harvest until late in the season. So yeah, that's where we're at. The weekends are always far too short. Joel and Troy got sick last week. So we lost a whole day of working in the garden because those 2 poor guys, were not feeling well at all. And this weekend we had a graduation open house for our niece Sienna. It was great to see her and celebrate her accomplishments yesterday. And then we're here at the farm to try and do all that we can. And next weekend we'll be up here right back at it. So yeah, that's it. That's what we got. I will give you an update probably later in the day as far as what we got accomplished and what everything looks like.